Language at the gate, narcissistic speech, the anticipatory shadow reflex, and the bad object. The gate speaks. Language is not neutral. In the narcissistic field, language is not even dialogue. It is a weaponized extension of the anticipatory shadow reflex, the mind's reality mediator, deployed to control which object world becomes real. The narcissist does not speak to share meaning. They speak to shape reality in advance. Every word is anticipatory, not responsive. Every utterance is designed to select which inner world will dominate: the world of idealization, fantasy supply, borrowed safety, or the world of bad object, persecution, shame, annihilation. Sam Vaknin, in his taxonomy of narcissistic speech, called this the hidden text, the unspoken agenda beneath the words. MPIT extends this by showing that the hidden text is the ASR itself in action. The narcissist speech pattern is their anticipatory regulation made audible. To understand this language, we must trace it to its origin, the catastrophic detachment and engulfment of the infant's first relationship. The narcissistic child is born into a double bind. Detachment, when the parent withdraws, the ASR floods with annihilation anxiety. Engulfment, when the parent intrudes, the ASR floods with fear of psychic death by merging. The infant's reality gate learns that love is not safe. It must either be preempted, controlled, idealized, or warded off, attacked, devalued. This is the first language of the ASR, pre-verbal, but already shaping the relational field. The grief of this infant is unbearable. To survive, the infant hands the fragile true self to a guardian, the false self, stationed at the gate. From then on, all speech will be defensive incantation, controlling the environment to prevent either annihilation or engulfment from breaching the gate again. Vaknin names 5 covert speech styles: passive aggressive, pseudo humble, manipulative, controlling, envious, and 5 overt styles: speechifying, lecturing, hectoring, rambling, ranting. MPIT interprets these as rituals of anticipatory control. Each speech act is a way to secure supply, inflate the ideal object to keep annihilation at bay, confabulate memory, patch over the gaps between object worlds, buttress shared fantasy, keep the paracosm intact, coerce the listener, force them to comply with the internal avatar, exorcise the bad object, project the persecutory voice outward. Speech is thus the audible face of the ASR, the gate selecting reality in real time. The bad object, the true addressee. Here lies the deepest tragedy. The narcissist is rarely speaking to you. They are speaking to the bad object inside them. Every charm laden idealization is an attempt to appease it. Every devaluation is an attempt to destroy it in effigy. Every rant, every passive aggressive silence is a monologue directed at the internal persecutor, the catastrophic maternal imago. You, the listener, are only on the stage on which this drama is performed. Across the lifespan, the ASR's language. In childhood, this means helpless solicitations, appeasement rituals, proto-gaze control, the early ASR begging reality to hold still. In adolescence, speechifying, envious mockery, the ASR constructing a false self-performance to secure belonging. In relationships, there will be idealizing monologues, love bombing rhetoric, the ASR building a shared fantasy to stabilize the gate. And then comes devaluation, controlling language, coercive hidden text, the ASR forcing the partner to match the snapshot to prevent collapse. Into midlife and collapse, rambling, ranting, paranoid projection, the ASR flooded, the bad object unbound, reality is now hostile. Language at every stage is the same phenomenon, anticipatory survival through speech. The ASR as mediator of meaning. This discovery reframes language itself. For the narcissist, words are not tools of connection, but reality engineering. The ASR does not wait for life to happen. It scripts life in advance, using language as its instrument. Empathy collapses because the ASR cannot hold two worlds. Speech becomes a monologue, not a meeting of minds. Projection and introjection become linguistic acts. Accusations and flattery alike are transfers of unbearable content through the gate. Emotions saturate speech. Rage, shame, envy are not side effects, but the very drivers of the utterance. Clinical and survivor implications. Decoding speech as ASR output. Every word can be read as an anticipatory act. Not what does it mean, but what world is the gate trying to hold open or shut? Anticipatory triggers. Clinicians can spot when the bad object is active. Speech becomes persecutory, circular, coercive, signaling that the gate is closing. For survivors, understanding that speech was never about you is liberating. The insults, the gas equivalences, the covert barbs, all were ASR incantations directed at the narcissist's own persecutor. You were cast in that role, but never the true target. When the gate learns to speak, the anticipatory shadow reflex is the mind's hidden orator. It selects which reality will be lived and uses language as its spell. Wagner showed us the architecture of narcissistic speech. Input as the mechanism, the ASR as the reality gate that speaks before consciousness does. This discovery reframes narcissism itself, not as mere manipulation, but as catastrophic grief turned into language. A lifetime of anticipatory speech acts aimed at keeping the bad object from swallowing the self whole. And this is the survivor's revelation. The words were never about you. They were the sound of the gate, trying desperately to hold reality together. Peace out.